Despite the hindering attempts of the Chinese maritime militia, the resupply mission of the Armed Forces of the Philippines to BRP Sierra Madre in Ayungin Shoal was successful. In line with this, the Philippine Coast Guard stressed there's no need to explain what kind of supplies they deliver to the BRP Sierra Madre. Bea Bernardo tells us more.
It was dawn on Monday when two Philippine Coast Guard vessels, the BRP Cabra and BRP Sindangan, traversed towards Ayungin Shoal. When they arrived at Sabina Shoal, they spotted 17 Chinese maritime militia vessels. The Philippine Coast Guard sent a radio challenge, but China did not respond.
This is Philippine Coast Guard vessel, BRP Sindangan, MRRB 4407. You are sailing within Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone. What is your intention? Over.
It was almost midnight when two chartered boats of the Armed Forces of the Philippines arrived with supplies. The four Philippine ships traveled to Ayungin Shoal. When the sun went down and gone, the Philippine Coast Guard immediately noticed the presence of the Chinese Coast Guard around.
We're 2 hours away na lang from Ayungin Shoal. So far, dalawang resupply boat yung inieskutan ng Philippine Coast Guard. Ito yung isa, samantalang ito naman yung isa. And so far, apat na Chinese vessel yung nakapalibot sa atin ngayon.
The Philippine and China vessels appeared to be in high seas cat and mouse game. The Chinese ships surrounded and blocked the BRP Cabra and BRP Sindangan several times, while the two comms exchanged radio challenges.
This is Philippine Coast Guard vessel, BRP Sindangan, MRRB 4407. In accordance with international and Philippine national laws, you are within Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone. Your actions will affect Philippines-China relations and will be reported to concerned authorities. Over.
Matapos ang ilang oras na pagsunod sa atin ng mga barko ng China, ay nagawa ng makapasok ng dalawang charter boat ng Armed Forces of the Philippines sa Ayungin Shoal. Siyempre sa tulong yan ng Philippine Coast Guard.
At around 9 o'clock in the morning, the chartered boats were able to reach Ayungin Shoal. But only the BRP Sindangan was able to escort the two boats as two China Coast Guard vessels had blocked the BRP Cabra. The supplies drop-off to the BRP Sierra Madre took about 3 hours. According to PCG spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, the PCG noticed two things in China's behavior during the resupply mission. First, they did not use water cannon to stop our ships. Second, instead of large ships that China normally uses to harass Philippine ships, they opted for smaller vessels this time.
For some security scholars, they were saying that it's because of the maneuverability of these smaller vessels to intercept our supply boats. But for us, we tend to recognize it as a way to counter the, a much better optic.
On the side of the AFP, they welcome the success of the resupply mission. They stress the success of the mission underscores the unity of the country in fighting for its right and sovereignty.
What we are actually promoting here is not just our sovereign rights, but of course the implementation of a very important convention, which is the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea.
The PCG insists the Philippines need not explain what supply they bring to the BRP Sierra Madre. The UNCLOS clearly states the Ayungin Shoal is within the country's exclusive economic zone. That means the Philippines has jurisdiction and rights on and under this body of water. Bea Bernardo for The Nation.